All right, man. I ain't gonna cap. I was not gonna make this a video. I was definitely gonna wait until freaking tomorrow, bro. But after what I just seen, bro, I can't, bro. We gotta discuss this now. We have to. We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. This man, Young Thug. This man, Young Thug. Now, mind you, for the people that live under a rock, Young Thug is currently fighting snitch allegations after it is alleged that, or not alleged, there was a leaked whatchamacallit, interrogation of his. Hold on, let me get right. There was a leaked interrogation of his where he's freaking whatchamacallit. Hold on. I'm finna show you, bro. Hold up, bro. This is crazy. Like I literally just read it, and I had to stop what I was doing because I was like, "There's no way he did this. There's no way. There's not a chance." Now we got academics. They got me feeling like I'm academics.
Can't ride away. So look. It sounds a little bit like he's inferring that Birdman did the shooting because he's saying, I'm willing to go out like Tony. He's saying, you can see how Birdman is at Army. I'm going to play that one again just so that you understand that he said the...
Well, that's Wayne rapping that.
See, and if them niggas coming for me, but he also said, I don't want no problems. He said, I don't want no problems. I just want my money.
So he's talking about Lil Wayne being owed money by Bird.
Hold up, no.
Let's start.
Because I watched it myself, so I'd rather just go through the transcript.
I got those chicken nuggets you wanted. I don't want chicken nuggets. I want CB.
Anything else you want to talk to him about?
Nothing right now.
I think it's around.
Mr. Williams, you did. So what you're saying is you will talk to us.
All right, here we go. So at this point, right here, at that point right there is 11:26. At that point, hold up. Damn, I don't know what I just did. All right, whatever. Let's just disregard that. At this point in the video, it is 11:26, and she says, let's hear what she says. I'm pretty sure she. Oh.
You understand? Okay.
You just.
In order to cover everybody in this room, we have to have this paper here. Okay. So your first right is you have the right to remain silent.
Now, at 9:21, she tells him, the first thing she tells him is, you got the right to remain silent. You don't got to answer no questions. You don't got to say nothing. All you got to say is, I want my lawyer, and they'll have to respect it. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Then fast forward to what we said, 11:21.
Do you just want to talk to us right now in this room without having to have like an attorney present? That's
Now they asking him, okay, do you want to talk to us without having your lawyer present? Now you can still call your lawyer. But I mean, you don't got to if you don't want to. If you want to talk to us, you could talk to us. That's what they're saying.
basically what that's saying. You don't have to sign that form if you don't want to, man.
Lives in ATL.
Okay. But do you? That's 100% fine.
I'm not saying anything against you.
No, I feel it. I feel it.
Talk and whatever we need to talk about. But she know I talk to you about it. But I don't.
This man just said out his own mouth, we could talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. She know I'll talk about anything. That's what he said. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I have to sign that. But you do you understand that though?
Yeah.
Okay. If you understand it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so they done asked this man twice. Matter of fact, this the third time.
So what you're saying is you will talk to us without your attorney present.
Yeah.
Okay.
They asked him 3 times. Did he understand what they was asking? They asked him 3 times, you sure you okay with talking to us without your lawyer present? He said yes all 3 times. That's the first rule he done already broke. Because according to the streets, you're not supposed to talk to no officers. You're not supposed to talk to no police. That's the first rule he already broke.
Okay.
Questions that I wouldn't be able to answer, I wouldn't answer.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
If you don't want to talk to me, man.
You said it.
You was on TMZ, by the way.
You all over the news already, man.
But I'm telling
For
you,
real.
you look a hell of a lot better in those pictures than you do in that picture on AJC.com. You truly do. You do. I mean, totally. So I know that you are capable of taking good pictures. Don't let them do you like that again.
That was the most important part out of that. So what we got out of that, because I ain't watching the whole hour. No, we not doing that. But what I just got out of that was she told him his rights. She told him, you don't got to talk to you because you don't got to say a word. You don't got to say a word. Here he go. Oh, nah, it's cool. And then they asked him 3 times, you sure you want to talk to us without your lawyer? He said yes. 1 rule already broke. Oh, I ain't mean to press this again. Now act.
They got me feeling like Thug was in the middle of the fire. Not dumb, they're not dumb. If Wax says the wrong thing, he's gonna have to stand on it. It's gonna turn into a bigger thing, and then when every time he's asked about it, he's gonna be like, yo, bro, I ain't had nothing going on. I was just chilling on camera with that. We like Thug. I told him I got a new thing, Wack. I got a new thing.
All right.
The first rule of snitching, the first rule of if somebody snitch, if we like you, you can't snitch. If we don't like you, you probably snitch. Okay? It's very selective. You know how it goes. You know, not everybody calls spade a spade. So, they got me watching this Trap Lord Ross video where he...
Nigga, we about to run it on Clubhouse. Trap just sent it to me. Now, here go the thing. We ran that... Go rogue on the other side, bro.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Wack. What do you think about what that was? Was that telling?
Trap just sent it to me, right? And I'm trying to, let me remember this. And I'm finna show you so you don't know, so you don't think I'm bullshitting you as my brother. You know, one thing with you, Act, I don't bullshit you, right? I'm talking about at 2:26, he just sent me his work, and I said I'm gonna go run it. And I figured that's what it was, right? And I'm trying to remember it. I think one part that it caught my ear, because this shit about 2 hours, it was a part about Roscoe.
Yes, he told the cops.
Well with me. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can remember it. He said that Roscoe does certain things and supplies certain things and always got certain things.
He be bringing Wayne drugs every day.
This man told the police that another person, Pee Wee Roscoe, brought and sold drugs to and from Lil Wayne every single day. That's snitching. That's snitching. How you gonna tell the police you another person supplying another person with some illegal substance every single day? Like that's snitching. That's insane levels of snitching. But let's keep going.
He bring drugs for Wayne.
Yeah, that part it didn't fit. It didn't sit too well with me.
Now, hold on, Wack, we got to be honest now, because here's the thing. I go off my rule. If it was Gunna that did it, he snitched. But if
it was Gunna, matter of fact, this way worse than what Gunna did, because when you think about it, yeah, Gunna technically kind of like, he didn't dry snitch, but it was like they said it was only him and Thug in the car, and they found guns, weed, drugs, all type of stuff. And Gunna said, well, that wasn't mine, but I was there when it went down. You know what I'm saying? YSL is a gang and all that, right? But he ain't never said no names. This man said 2 people names. He said Pee Wee Roscoe brought drugs to Lil Wayne every single day. So either 2 things. Either one, he's lying, which why would you even lie to the police anyways when you trying to get out of jail? And then 2, even if he's telling the truth, that's snitching. Because that ain't got nothing to do with you. Why are you telling the police that?
I like Thug. Thug ain't snitching.
Let me give you what.
If Gunna did that, that's snitching. But it's Thug, so that's the homie.
Listen. Telling is defined as such.
Okay, so look. Because I just remember, I watched this earlier, so I was taking down notes. Listen to how he describes snitching. Listen to this.
Anytime you give information to law enforcement on anybody other than yourself, point blank. So,
what are we talking about? He just said, and I got the direct quote right here. He said, telling is giving the police information on anyone other than yourself, which means if I go to jail, I can't say my dad did this or my homeboy did this, because that's snitching. That ain't got nothing to do with them or me, except for me trying to get out of a situation, throwing it on somebody else. So he just said telling is giving the police information on something other than yourself. That's exactly what he just did. Word for word, bar for bar, that's exactly what he just did.
So now let's just do the math. The information he gave.
And even if you be like, oh well, even if he was lying and Pee Wee Roscoe really didn't do it, Pee Wee Roscoe still had to do 8 years in jail for that. So, like, that's still snitching.
It was on somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And if it was to law enforcement, I'm talking to academics, and academics' phone is wired, and I don't know it, and they got that. I don't call that snitching.
Yeah, okay.
But if you sit in an interrogation tank and you talking to law enforcement and you giving them any type of criminal details about somebody else, right? Yeah, we got to call a spade a spade. That's
okay. So let me give you some details. I don't know if you watch the whole thing or you remember. They asked him, hey, you have the right to remain silent. You do not got to talk to us. This is not about why you're locked up. This is about something unrelated, but we're trying to get some clarity. Are you willing to speak to us without a lawyer? He said, I'll talk to you about whatever.
This is not
they
about
said, could you initial? He said, I'll talk to you. I'm not putting pen to paper. He says, okay, just acknowledge that we're not forcing it.
Do you think that he maybe thought he wasn't, but he had to know they was recording?
Again, I think, here's the thing. It's different when they just bring you to the station and you're like, they're recording. I think he was already locked up and they pulled him out the cell, so I think he thought they weren't recording.
They usually got it on
because you know what happened? When they're talking to him, he says, I haven't eaten. And they went and got him
I remember that part.
They got him a bologna sandwich, and he said, y'all can't send somebody outside of here to get it because he wanted real food. He ain't want that jail shit. And
I remember that part. That's in the first part.
So it was clear that he was locked up already, and maybe he thought he talking to them on a one-on-one.
Yeah, I mean, but that don't make it no better. Like, hey, listen, bro, I'm gonna be real. Like,
is it better or worse than what Gunna did? You got to be honest, Wack.
It's worse to me.
Y'all gonna review it on the Hunter side.
Remember, I don't put a better or worse on nothing. Now, if we just talk,
there's levels to telling. There's levels to telling, bro.
No, the fuck it ain't. Nah, nigga, we're telling is telling. Cause I'm gonna be real.
So wait, hold on. A guy who wears a wire, you see as the same as a guy who say, "Listen, the gun ain't mine. Listen, I don't know what to tell you other than it's 2 of us in the car. I just tell you it definitely wasn't mine."
No. That's part of Gunna's telling. He also said while they're trying to classify YSL as a gang.
But that's the thing. Even if you pull up he said YSL is a gang, they got him on RICO charges. They knew they were a gang. You can't just take somebody to court on some RICO charges and not have proof and evidence that they're a gang. That's illegal. Like, so that just, even if he's telling the obvious, they already know that. That's not new information. What he said is telling, what we just heard him say out of his own mouth, telling is giving the police or the courts or whoever information on something that doesn't involve you. Like, he told.
Is YSL a gang? Yes. Does YSL do criminal acts? Yes. He said all that shit. Remember, like, nigga, like, let's put it all out there. We all seen the video, heard the audio. That's just what it was.
But
right?
Whack, we gotta get the answer. They say you're ducking. They said we never seen Whack like that. Going off the and you spin him. You ain't
Headed shot at me, right? But just to say nothing. These are real people. That's all that. But when we looking at the situation and we just calling it what it is, 1 + 1 gonna equal 2. You know,
So wait, are you saying? And I know you gonna go over it again because you gotta make sure you cross your T's, dot your I's. Are you saying if you hear some things where you feel like that's telling to you in that circumstance, Gunna and Thug would be the same person?
It's
It would
the
be
same
no like,
person.
oh, one's better than the other.
telling is telling. It ain't no, listen, okay, you got what niggas
See,
say.
look,
why?
and then that's what I noticed too. Like, once we keep watching it and going a little forward, every time Act try to get him to say Thug's told or snitched, he beats around the bush. He ducks and dodges it. Like, he just said out of his mouth, he don't put a for better or worse on it. If you told, you told. So then when Act was like, oh, well then if that's the case, Young Thug and Gunna will be the same person because allegedly they both told. But here he go beating around the bush.
And he went to jail. I know niggas that told on everybody, but because of the circumstances of the case, they beat the case. But nigga, that don't mean your telling still don't stand up to telling. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you told. You get what I'm saying? Then you got lie snitching, where a nigga make up a lie and put it on you, and it leads to your arrest or your conviction.
That's what happened to Pee-wee. That's right. He had to do 8
And I
years.
think right now,
Hey,
it was
Whack,
out this and that at Gunna, and
because the streets are rocking with Thug. They not rocking. So he said he can't rock with Yak. Oh, you did. He said, let
that's
me
the
up.
video I tried to get you, baby.
Telling stuff
no,
is
no,
like.
No. Yak said some crazy shit.
So he was.
You're not going to be in there 2-3 hours with law
Facts.
enforcement.
Listen to what he said.
Yeah, he was.
You're not going to be in there 2-3 hours with law enforcement. You know, I know niggas that do.
Okay, I don't know what just happened. But if we just use our brains for a second, right? In an interrogation, you not finna have a 2-hour long interrogation audio if you not telling them something. That's just not how it works. That's just not how it works. Let's just use our brains here for a second. All bias aside, all fanhood aside, there is no possible way you have a 2-hour interrogation if you're not telling them something. You gotta be giving them some type of information to make it last 2 hours. Like, let's just make it make sense for a second.
Went in there with the sleep, talking, and you ain't giving them some information on people other than yourself. At that point,
And then also, this video we skipped ahead in the 2 videos that we watched, but in the notes I took earlier, in the video, he took the police officer asked him, "Hey, you want my card?" Thug was like, "I mean, sure, I don't care." And the officer was like, "I mean, you know, certain people when they get in jail and they have a police officer's number, you know, they snitching or whatever." And Doug was talking to the lady interrogator, and I don't know if that's whatever. He was talking to the lady, and she was asking for his number, like, so that way they could call him up and, like, you know what I'm saying. And he was like, "Oh, I'll go get a phone right now. Yeah, she'll have my number." That's on everything I love. That's what he said. Hopefully we can find that clip, but that's exactly what he said.
You're trying to get out of something, but you know, for this Gunna, not Gunna, this Thug shit. I'm gonna be real, bro. A lot of people that's getting caught up now, they getting caught up at the right time because it's just content and conversation. I don't believe the fans, the people, or nobody, they don't really give a fuck. But you know, we just talking the rules.
No, we didn't care when it was Gunna because Gunna kept making good music. The difference with Thug is Thug get out of jail, he had one good verse, and it was Dumb, Dumb, and Dumber. After that, nothing he has put out. I don't even think he put out anything, but nothing he has put out this past year or nothing he's done has been good. He's been on Twitter just yapping all day about nothing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't dropped no good music. He keep delaying his album. Like, he hasn't done anything since getting out of jail but talk about Gunna. Literally. That's literally all he's done. Unlike Gunna, he got out of jail. He immediately dropped the album. He immediately kept making good music. That's why people gravitated towards him because he wasn't on Twitter. He wasn't dissing. He wasn't he wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't having no antics, nothing. Just back to the music. Unlike Thug. More antics, no music, and even with the music he's dropped this year, none of it was good.
The rules, everybody knows that when it comes to dealing with law enforcement, talking to law enforcement, copping a plea, anytime you give them information than anybody other than yourself about any criminal offense, whether it leads to an arrest or not, is going to be deemed to be telling, bro.
So again, he said any form of telling law enforcement or the courts or whoever any illegal activity or criminal activity is snitching. He just said it again. He said it twice. So therefore, by that definition, that would make Young Thug a snitch. He told.
Okay, so what? I'm gonna ask again. If you had to say it right now, did Young Thug snitch or not?
Look how he beat around the bush. Look how you beat around the bush.
If you had to say it right now, did Young Thug snitch or not?
See, look.
Damn.
Yo, you hear me?
Yo, there you go. Okay, you said if I had to say right now what?
Did Young Thug snitch or not? Or do you need some more time to check out the video and the footage?
No, I'm going to say, listen, this is what I'm going to say.
Because I know you got a relationship with certain niggas that connect.
I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say. And I love Nephew to death. You know that, right? I'm going to say Young Thug gave way too much information, and he gave information that he shouldn't and was not supposed to get law enforcement.
See, look. See how he ducking and dodging and weaving around it? He just said earlier, you got to call it for what it is. He just described what snitching is, and then he also just heard what Young Thug did. Now, all of a sudden, it's, oh, well, he ain't snitch. He just gave the police way too much information that they didn't need to know. Like it's just, it's bias, and it's picking and choosing. Like, he just said out of his own mouth, snitching is snitching, no matter who does it, and ain't no better or worse. Now, all of a sudden, it's somebody he got a relationship with, somebody he cool with. It's not snitching. It's giving too much information. Like, I thought he just said giving information to the police that's not about you is snitching. Make your
Why
mind
you talking around it, though? You say for everybody else.
Here's the thing.
Whack, you said Munchie be told.
Hold on, wait. I'm going to tell you why.
You said loose cannon told. You said they working. They told.
Listen, that's a fact. Listen, I'm going to tell you why. And as a man, I'm going to tell you this. There's never been a time, right, where Young Thug has given me reason to call him out his name, right? And if I got an issue with Thug or something Thug has done, I'm going to call him, and I'm going to tell him how I feel about something. So right now, you're definitely sitting in front of a guy who has some respect for an individual, but the situation in front of me, the situation is not right. But what's not going to happen is I'm not going to call Thug out his name. I got a lot of love and respect for him. Dude, is it distasteful to me? Absolutely.
So what?
Like
You're proving my first rule of snitching. If we like you, you ain't tell. If it was Gunna, you would have said he a rat.
No.
You would have said you rat. You would have said you long tail rat.
I'm gonna say this again. I got a lot of love and respect for Thug, right? I have my reasons for this love and respect, right? And it's some things that I can't ignore. But I will say this because you got the light on me. Is the situation you telling me about how it happened? Is it right? Absolutely. When it comes to the street, it's not right. And if it's not right, that automatically makes it wrong. But
I get what you're saying.
The word you want me to call Thug?
Yeah. Okay. So basically you're saying
he's saying he can't call Thug a snitch because he cool with him and he got a relationship with him. But soon as the Gunna video came out, snitch, eat some cheese, rat. That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. But all of a sudden, it's somebody you got a relationship with. Oh, he ain't never given me a reason to call him out his name, or I got a lot of love and respect for him. The words you want me to call him, I can't call him that. Like, come on, bruh. Come on.
You think he's snitch, but you won't call him a snitch.
No, what I'm telling you is, I won't call him or say I think he is that word because that's calling Thug out his name, and I fuck with him genuinely.
But in your mind, he is snitch.
What I'm hearing, the laws, the rules of the streets, absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
So,
I'm be honest.
So Wack 100 just said, finally, after beating around the bush for so long, he finally just said, due to the laws and the rules of the streets, Young Thug is a snitch. right? Now let's forego this. Now let's see what Mr. Jeffrey had to say himself. Let's see what Mr. Jeffrey had to say himself. This is what took me. This man said, because this, okay, so this is, I don't know who this is, but this the dude that, whatchamacallit, I guess him and Thug going back and forth. He said, I lied to the feds for real, and you still called Lil Baby and told him to cut me off because I wasn't right. So now you're going to have to go through what me and Gunna went through, and we waiting on that gospel album, twin. That goes back to Gunna, Gunna Daily. I think it was Gunna Daily. He said, no, actually, this goes back to what Young Thug said. Young Thug said, if you a rapper and a rat, you might as well make a gospel. Matter of fact, we finna find it right here. It ain't that far down. Hold up. Here you go. He said, if you a rapper and a rat, you gotta just go gospel, twin, right? So that's what he was referring to with the gospel album, right? So here's Thug. This Thug response, right? Young Thug says, see, the difference between me and you is, one, your friend said you didn't lie. You actually told on real people. You said that somebody actually did something that they was arrested for. I made an honest mistake saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed to try to prove to the detectives that we wasn't beefing with him. See the difference? And let's not forget you told Fonny you would take the stand on me and Lucci in our case to get out of jail. Freak that last part. This man said with his own mouth, I made an honest mistake saying, so he admitted to snitching. He said, I made an honest mistake saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed. He admitted to snitching. He admitted with his own mouth. Like, I don't know what logic we need to use for this. He said, hold up, oh snap. He said with his own mouth. I made an honest mistake saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed. Now, if we go back to what Wack 100 said, Wack 100 said snitching is telling the police information that ain't got nothing to do with you that's criminal or illegal. So therefore, he's a snitch. He's a snitch. Like, it is what it is. He admitted to snitching. Clear as day. And he didn't even try to deny it. Well, first he did try to deny it when he said, stop trying to make me one of those boys. Death before dishonor this way, kids. And then at the very next sentence, you gonna say, I made an honest mistake saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed. If that's the case, Gunna made an honest mistake saying yes, ma'am. If that's the case, then that proves he not a snitch then. Like, it's so dumb. Like, it makes no sense. It makes zero sense whatsoever. Hold on, let me look up Gunna Daily. Is it Gunna Fandom or Gunna Daily? I think it's Gunna Fandom. All right, hold up. No, it was Gunna Daily. It was Gunna Daily. It was Gunna Daily. All right. Listen to this.
Promises. Make promises.
Hold up. Listen to
this.
Yes, sir.
Promises. Make promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything.
This man just told the police. He told the police. Promise. Look, I'm going to read promises. Just we keep promises. Whatever you, anytime you want to know anything, tell me, I'll tell you anything. That's exactly what he said. He just told the police that.
Tell the world.
What you got?
Now he just, hold on, let's, because I want y'all to hear it.
Promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world.
But don't tell the world. Why not? Because you know what's going to happen. We going to call you a snitch that you are.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey.
I don't have your number.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't giving it to her,
And there he goes telling his number. This is what I was telling you earlier. He told him their number or his number. Nah, this is Young Thug telling the police anything you need to know. Tell me, I'll tell you anything. Like, it's so dumb. This man said he made an honest mistake, bro. He admitted to telling. He admitted to telling. He said he made an honest mistake. Hold up. Hold up. We gotta search up keywords. This is crazy. Now look. This is what I was looking for. I couldn't find it. Now this is Gunna Daily saying Young Thug telling the cops, the police, that his affiliate Pee Wee Roscoe carried drugs for Lil Wayne. He told the cops that knowing Roscoe, he breaks the law every day. I'm like, you just shot somebody. Now mind you, he told this to the police. That's snitching. This is beyond snitching at this point. This might be the insane. This might be worse than the 6ix9ine situation. Because at least 6ix9ine was loud and proud. He didn't care. Young Thug was projecting his snitching ways on Gunna, thinking this wasn't gonna come out. He told the police that he knew Pee Wee Roscoe shot somebody and that he carried drugs for Lil Wayne. Wow. Wow. Or whoa, was it him? I think it might have been him. Oh yeah, this is the promises one. Oh,
I don't want to like block out y'all. I don't want to block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. I don't want to block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. I don't want to.
Yeah, why is he even talking about Roscoe?
I don't want to block out y'all.
What is this? Oh, we already seen that. All right, that's irrelevant. Let's see. And then this is what I was talking about. Honest mistake. I'm sure that was an honest mistake. You still snitched, bro. Like, that don't make no sense.
Flow! Word for word, bar for bar.
Hold up, bro. And then look. And then this what cooks Thug right here. This what cooks Thug the worst way. He said they didn't play my interrogation video in court because I helped my brother, right? Did they play Gunna's in court? Because last time I checked, Gunna, the way Gunna plea was set up, nobody in the case was affected. All he had to do was admit that YSL was a gang, and they did gang activities. But nobody went to jail, or they didn't use it against anybody because they couldn't. So that's the same thing. But mind you, he all on the internet saying Gunna a rat. You did the same thing. Well, let's see. Honest mistake, bro. He admitted to snitching. Honest mistake. Now, mind you, Lil Baby is the biggest glazer of them all. Lil Baby, soon as Gunna got out, oh, you a rat, you a snitch. Him and Lil Durk, right? So now that this come out, you got to keep that same energy. Because even Wax said, according to the street rules and laws, what Thug did was snitching. Regardless of if it was true or not, regardless. You don't talk to the police, according to the street rules. Dang, I ain't even know Gunna foreshadowed this. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Bro, I was talking to somebody freaking, like, I don't know. But yeah, bro, like it's insane. This is insane work, bro. This is insane work. This is insane work. Young Thug is cooked, bro. And let me tell you why. It would have been one thing if he got out of jail and he wasn't all on the internet, he wasn't chronically online, and he wasn't going around calling everybody and their mama a snitch. It would be one thing. And then it would be like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? He made so much fun. You know, it is what it is. But he was online calling Yak a snitch, Gunna a snitch. Like, dude, how do that even work? How they a snitch? You did the same thing they did. And Wack said, according to Wack, he don't put one over the other. So what you did is snitch. Like it just, like it makes no sense, bro. And I know it ain't got nothing to do with me, but it's just like when Gunna got out, everybody, even my teacher, I talking to my teacher today about it today. And the first thing she said was, isn't Gunna a snitch? And I was like, whoa, relax, first of all. And then also, like, whatchamacallit? Freaking somebody was talking about Young Thug. I was like, well, Young Thug we just found out he a snitch too. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't knock Gunna for alleged snitching, but we got video proof and audio proof. We heard and seen with our own ears and eyes Young Thug telling the police information on Pee Wee Roscoe and Lil Wayne. Now they were trying to get him to confess about shooting up Lil Wayne tour bus. He gave them some whole different other stuff. Still illegal, by the way. It wasn't like he said, oh, they used to hang on the block or they grew up in the same neighborhood or they family, you know what I'm saying? That would have been a better lie. You allegedly lied and said they sold drugs together and one of them had to do 8 years in prison for it. That's snitching. Like, whether you meant to do it or not, that's snitching, bro. Like, that's snitching, man. And honestly, people not gonna care because of their bias. Like, I got a homeboy right now. If I show him this video and everything we just seen, he's still not gonna care. He's still gonna consider Young Thug like the greatest or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Music wise, that's fine. But when we getting into subjects like this and street talk, then freaking you gotta admit he's a snitch. He's on the same level as 6ix9ine. He's on the same level as Gunna. He's on the same level as all these other people who people think allegedly snitched. Like, ain't no. Oh well, I snitched, but he did worse than me. Like, no, if you snitched, you snitched, bro. But the lame part about it is how he tried to project it on Gunna. Like, oh, you a rat, you a snitch. It's only snitching, I guess, when it's against you. When it was Pee Wee Roscoe and Lil Wayne, it wasn't snitching because you got out, you was untouched, you good. But when somebody say something that goes against you or what you think, it's snitching. How that work? Like, it makes no sense, bro. And he cooked himself. He didn't have to say a word. He could have. What would have been better for him would have not been saying nothing and would have just dropped the album and discussed it on the album. That would have been way better. But what did he decide to do? He decided to go on Twitter and say out of his own mouth, I made an honest mistake by telling the police we sold weed. That's snitching. Not only did you snitch on yourself, you snitched on 2 other people with you. Like, it makes no sense, bro. It makes zero sense. It makes 0 sense. And the whole Twitter timeline is calling him a rat, calling him a snitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what it is, bro. Like, you can't beat around that bush, bro. And that's what Wack was trying to do. Wack was trying to go around it by saying, oh, that's my homie, that's my partner. I ain't gonna say what you want me to say, but according to the streets, technically that would be snitching. Like, no, you just said a rat is a rat. You gotta call it for what it is. So it's like, if that's the case, call it for what it is. He a rat. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But it's just the simple fact that he came out of jail on that lame stuff and then turn around, this you. right? It's you. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is so dumb and it's so stupid. But that's just how it worked, bro. And it's dumb, bro. Like it makes no sense, bro, whatsoever.